Hi there sci-fi fans and model makers. Today I want to show you how I made this Battle Droid from the Star Wars movies. First thing I did was just get as many reference pictures as you can. They come from books, photos, magazines, and of course the internet. It's full size and made from scratch. Next I glued some graph paper onto thin cardboard and started drawing up some patterns. Make sure you use a pencil because there's going to be a lot of mistakes until you get the proportions right.
Here I have a plan of the nose. It just fits on a piece of A4 graph paper. The eyes are 24mm diameter with a 4mm slot going through the middle, and they're at a 45 degrees.
I then taped up the patterns to see how they looked.
This is my third attempt, and the proportions and scale are starting to look right. The flat piece is going to be the wooden base of the nose.
I decided to make it in 4 parts. First part was the nose, then the back of the head, the ears, and the neck and base. Now the nose is made of wood and foam, 3mm sheet wood is on the front, there's a wooden base and wood at the rear, then foam is glued in the middle. And I just used a knife, a saw, a medium and fine sandpaper to shape the foam into that curve.
And here is the final result.
Now onto the back of the head, that's all foam. Just cut out to your patterns, make sure the sizes match up to the nose, and just sand that.
Here you can see I've cut out the lines and the eyes. This was done with a soldering iron. I replaced the soldering iron tip with a small nail. Then, with the help of cardboard stencils, you can melt the lines in the foam. I then glued the nose and the back of the head together with a 2-part epoxy glue that dried in 5 minutes. Underneath the nose I glued 2 pieces of thin craft foam. Then, using a hole saw, I cut out 3 round pieces for the top of the neck and glued them into position. I then made what looks like a piston using some dowel and a nail.
Now the ears, we'll call them ears, I'm not sure what they are. They're made of foam and a 10mm dowel goes up the middle. That's for strength and for something for the drill to grip. I gripped the end of the dowel into a drill, and then the drill was gripped by a vise. And in effect I had my own mini lathe. Then I was able to turn the ears to get that taper just using a file and some sandpaper. And there's 3 grooves there. That's just using the side of a file. It's nice and easy to work with, the foam, and it comes up okay once you sand it with a fine sandpaper. And then there's the middle of the head. That's just glued into the middle of the back of the head, and that's all just made of foam. Now onto the neck. This is made of pine wood. I traced around the patterns and cut them out with a jigsaw.
This shows how the neck goes together. It's then glued together with PVA wood glue and lightly clamped. All the pieces are finely glued and put together. Now it's time to paint. All the wood is first undercoated, then all the foam is coated with 2 coats of PVA glue. This must be done or the enamel paint will dissolve the polystyrene foam. It also gives a nice smooth finish. I then gave it 2 light coats of the cream enamel spray paint. The eyes were painted gloss black and the lines were all highlighted with a light brown stain. To help give the model a weathered metallic look, I painted all the edges with a gloss silver paint using a very small paintbrush. It also gives the look of some battle wear on the model. Here I use silver ribbon in the slots of the ears.
Well, I hope that's been helpful and it might have given you some ideas for your next project. Happy modelling!